Hi everyone, I'm Grace Boji. I'm seated in one of my goat pens at the farm. And if you are new to our channel, please don't forget to subscribe and do not forget to ring that to click on that bell. It takes a lot of courage, a lot of research, a lot of reading, a lot of discussions for a farmer to make a decision on what type of breed to buy for their farm. Usually a number of us, inclusive of me, made some grave mistakes when we are starting, simply because we had no idea what we are going into, why we are buying a particular type of breed, for what purpose. But today, this is your video to give you the information so that you don't make the same mistakes I made as a beginning farmer. My pushing factor was I wanted to start. I badly wanted to start. Irrespective of whether I had the information or not, I wanted to start. Among the mistakes I made when I was starting as a farmer, I bought randomly cattle of goats, black and white, white goats, brown goats. So I ended up with a mixture of so many breeds. Some of those breeds I didn't even know and of what purpose, but I just collected. I had cattle of goats. I kept collecting. Can you imagine I also ended up with Gala goats from Kenya? And after importing them very expensively from Kenya to Uganda, and after a year, I realized what I had envisioned as a farmer is not what I got. Basically, my idea was that I'm going to rear these goats. They mature faster, at least in less than 8 months or 7 months, that I can be able to sell them. And I'd anticipated within 6 months or 7, some of these goats would have attained at least 20-25 kilos of live weight. But I was wrong. I kept farming goats. I kept the goats. The goats were not shifting. They were not giving me what I'd envisioned as a commercial goat farmer. I lost money in the long run because I ended up selling them away cheaply, but I also learned a lesson. I know there is somebody watching me now. You are facing the same challenges as I faced as a beginning farmer. This video is right for you. Stay tuned, do not change. Let's watch it till the end. For any farming venture, anywhere, ask yourself these questions. Why am I into this? Why am I entering into this? For what purpose? For what benefit? Why? Ask yourselves the whys and exhaust them. Don't enter into something blindly. You'll burn your money flat. You'll be left with no money. Some of you may see the goats on Gayaza Road, and you think that when I venture into goats, I will supply them. You may have a shock of your life that they may not even buy your goats. They already have their own farms, or they may be having their own suppliers of goats. So do a thorough research and make a decision there and then on why you are going to farm goats. So some of you may make a decision and say, I want to farm goats for milk. I want to harvest milk from the goats, but I also want to venture into goats for meat. So which is which? Make a decision the earliest possible before you burn any money as a farmer. Esente y'omulunzi eruma. Farmers' money is hard-earned cash. So it hurts when you invest and it all burns away. You burn all your money. This is what I'm trying to say. So as a farmer, do your thorough research before you start. Invest in research, read a lot, visit farms before you invest in goat farming and know exactly what you are venturing into. At Boji Farms, we ventured into meat goats. We realized there was not so much of a direct market or an easy market for the dairy products in Uganda. Most of Ugandans don't take goat's milk. So I realized I would hustle so much to sell goat's milk, unlike selling goat's meat. So that's the reason I decided to venture into meat goats. So under the meat goats, there are quite a number of breeds that you need to make a decision on as a beginning farmer. Not every breed you bring to your farm will give you money. Some of them will be money eaters instead of fetching you money on the farm. Among the meat goats, we have the local breed and then we have the exotic breed. So we are going to start talking about the local breed. We majorly in Uganda have three major types. And among the three major types, we have the small East African. It is commonly kept in the areas of the north, eastern Uganda. It's a browny goat. It is small in color. It has short horns and they are usually pointed. It has small udders. It is small-bodied. And the advantages, the only known advantage of this breed, it is very good at birthing twins at any given time. That is the only known advantage. But the other disadvantage is that they are so small that growing the meat on them will take you years and years. Actually, for the farmers who have slaughtered the meat from the small East African goats, they say, ennyama y'embuzi yakabuzaako ebeera ewewuka. Obubuzi bw'eggulu obwo mubuwulira, they are always light. They are light. When you weigh them, their meat is light, very light. So after the small East African goat, we have a Kigezi goat. This Kigezi goat runs between a small East African and a Mubende goat. Usually these goats are kept in the areas of western Uganda, like in the areas of Kigezi, Kabale, and usually at the hind quarters, they have a lot of hairs on them. But behind those hairs, those goats have a lot of fat in them. Kigezi has the same characteristics like the Mubende goat and the same colors. They are usually in black, brown, white. It's a mixture of those colors, but they usually have a lot of hairs. Actually, some of these hairs, when harvested, the skins from these goats when harvested, they are used for traditional purposes, like among the Baganda, they use them during their culture, dances, and other tribes. And then there is a Mubende goat. Mubende goat is among the indigenous goats of Uganda, and it is documented that it has one of the best skins all over the world, that when harvested, this skin, when well harvested, it makes the best products, byproducts like shoes, bags, etc. and belts. So back to the Mubende goat. This Mubende goat is well developed. It has a big body. It is big-bodied. They are usually black in color. They have black and white. Some of them, because of the so many years of crossing them with the small East African, the goat I started with, have a multitude of different colors of brown and white or black and white, because over time they have been crisscrossed or crossbreeding with other types of goats. This indigenous goat called the Mubende, it is one of the commonly bred animal all over Uganda that averagely in every 5 homesteads you'll find at least one Mubende goat. Mubende goats are excellent mothers. They give birth to twins, especially on the second birthing. And also, they are hardy animals. They survive to any hardy conditions given to them. For example, like harsh weathers like rains, harsh weathers like you are a farmer, you're just beginning, you don't have enough money to properly keep those goats. They will survive through the harsh times, unlike the other exotic breeds like we are going to talk about them. Farmers, it is from these 3 breeds that I've talked about, the local breeds, for you to make a decision on which breed to choose from, if at all you want to go local breed farming as a goat farmer.